Hi, this is Hi Bob Poor Bob, and we're about to play some Ultimate General Civil War.
Hello and welcome back. We are going to be playing the rest of the battle. This is the final one. No reason to drag it out any more than this. Without any further ado, let's get this ball rolling. Really curious about how the cavalry is going to handle, or how my infantry is going to handle their cavalry over there. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 units of infantry, a unit of artillery, I think 2 generals, 1 general here, 1 general up there, a supply wagon, and then we have these cavalry and a general. And that is it. That is all there is left. We killed the general right there, right off the bat. That's not a bad start. Pretty happy with that. And then we'll just go ahead and move forward with everybody. Slightly curving there. And these guys did not take their shots yet. Let's go ahead and have them take their shots there, if they can. Oh, we gotta tell them to allow them to move. Okay. So now we just reattach all these guys. Move them across the water here. And just keep everybody kind of moving in this general direction. We've already completely wiped out these men, so we don't have to worry about that. We do have to worry about the possibility of some of them trying to route through here, which means we need to keep our snipers ready to fall back if necessary. Okay, let's go ahead and set all these guys on run as well, just because there's no reason not to. I think at this point we're pretty well in a position of strength here, and we want to make sure that we maintain the positioning that gives us that strength. Tell those guys to go over there. Okay, it does look like one of these units is wanting to... Nope, he stopped. Okay. Let's go and move those guys there. It looks like everything is pretty much gonna be fine here. Let's go ahead and have them hold there. Them hold there. Okay. Just keep moving these guys forward. We obviously have a much better line here than we do up here. So let's make sure that these guys can go that way, because we'd rather them not retreat too far that way. If we can help it, we'd prefer them to just surrender, if at all possible. Yeah, so now we're going to run into the problem of the men wanting to fire at the supply wagon there, which we obviously don't want because that doesn't do us any good. Get away our snipers because we don't need them there anymore. And keep the cavalry close here because it could be helpful if anything starts going wrong. Keep getting shots on guys. We are looking at a pretty good roundup here. Could be better, but I don't think it could be all that much better. Oh, the supply wagon got hit. We gotta be careful about that. we need to make sure and actually tell these guys to like fire at something, I think. And that'll keep them from firing at the supply wagon. Really want them to shoot Wilcox there. See, I can't like fire at like anything. Fine. We'll just charge. Forget it. Charge with a few units, should be fine. We're going to take all of our artillery over here and tell them not to fire at our own men. So, no more firing. At all. Okay, move over there. You'll be fine. Okay, the rest of our artillery gets to come over here, I guess. That should be fine. Did I miss any? That one? Okay, let's have them come around there. We have a bunch of these guys. I was hoping to be able to save this for after I switch over to just playing by myself, because you guys don't have to watch all of this. But it's taking, you know, it takes a little bit to get them wrapped up there, so we're just going to go ahead and do this and tell them to attack there. And we're looking like we're getting into melee here. That's good. Let's go ahead and just charge with everybody here, because why not? Yep, pretty much full there. That's good. And our melee cav is ready and waiting. We can go ahead and have it go in there too, in case. I don't see how that guy's going to survive, but maybe he will. Okay. I want you guys not to fire at each other, if at all possible. If you guys aren't in melee, you are not allowed to fire. Sure, those guys are, but we just want to make sure. Okay, and we're good. All we have to do is take care of these guys now. And that will be taken care of fast enough. Yep. Okay. Moving forward to the next one. Go ahead and fire again. And as soon as we get this one down to about 500, let's charge. Because why not? And captured. And now we have to like give them individual orders to move forward. And we also have to give them all orders to not fire. And that guy comes out, that guy comes out. This guy goes forward. And we should be able to capture this last guy as well. Not a bad capture rate. Not a bad capture rate at all. Come on. There we go. Okay. So now I will see you guys at the very end of the video, because that is it. That is all we've got left. Is basically nothing at this point. I could have been having all these guys move forward, but I didn't want to waste you guys' time with that. And I will see you then, and I will have numbers for you. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you then. I just wanted to pop back for a second and ask you guys, what is my kill to death ratio? I've given you most of it, but I want you guys to guess at it, for reals. Giving you time to pause the video, just go guess. Be fun. Or, how about this? This is my last video of this one, so guess at what my next kill to death ratio will be, in the next video. You haven't seen any of it yet. Just guess. See if you're right. You don't know anything about how the fight's gonna go. Nothing. This will be fun. Just try it. Okay, now I'll be back. Oh my goodness, this takes forever. I'm like a perfectionist. I can't just like let some of them like not move for a second. It takes forever. Gets on my nerves. Okay, fine. I'll leave you guys alone. So, here we are at the start of the next phase. I figured I'd, pop in. I was getting kind of bored. Kind of boring doing this. I was having to march up and down in a big, huge, weird, circle-y looking thing. So, now I'll see you guys at the end. Unless the cavalry starts attacking, maybe I'll show you then. I'm thinking about whether or not I want to attack the cavalry. I might attack them, might not. See you guys there. So I got to shoot some cavalry. So, I am on the hunt. Have all my bigger units and the artillery running around here. This takes a lot of effort to do. But it means they move faster because they're not moving across all the bad terrain. There's a few rivers in here, but for the most part, I move around the rivers and just keep moving on flat ground except right here because I can't get that close right here. So I just make this eggplant here. We are hunting the cavalry now. We've got 49 minutes left. We're sending our own cavalry back and forth across the map down here. Cavalry isn't affected quite as much by forest. Doesn't seem, at least. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but as you can see, we're avoiding all of the swamp down here. We're avoiding the swamp here. We're avoiding the trees there. We're avoiding the swamp here. We're just walking around on flat ground. If you can get flat ground somewhere else, that'll work just as well. You could run in circles like right here with a couple units. That'd be fine. The little 500 man units, I don't care as much about because they're only 500 men. So I don't lose that much experience by not doing as good with them. But then I don't have to pay attention to them because this is work. I would also say that probably just sending your artillery off in the middle of nowhere is fine too. And a lot of my artillery is flat 100. So I shouldn't even be running these guys. I should be setting these guys aside because they've already got 100. Like, not even... There's nothing I can do to get them any higher, so there's no reason to be running them anymore. Yeah, I've been wasting my time with these guys. Okay, well, I'll be back at the very end. See you guys. I think this is going to be it, guys. We are pretty much there at this point. I don't see any reason to hold back now. So, we're just going to go for it. I think this is the last guy. It might not be. Might be the second to last, but we only got 13 minutes left. We've still got everybody moving around as much as we can. Oh, forgot about the cav. Nobody really cares about the cav anyway. They're not that many men, so they don't count towards all that much experience. And on top of that, it's not like it really matters that much. So we'll just keep everybody moving that way, I guess. And let's just get it over with at this point. There we go. The battle is over, guys. There's nothing more we can do. There's no more men to lose. There's no more men to kill. We had slightly fewer infantry than them. We had slightly fewer cavalry. We had slightly fewer guns. I bet we have slightly fewer losses too. 3,747 infantry. 3,701 guns. 3,706 cavalry. 54,000 kills. 51,000 infantry kills. 5,000 gun kills, 2,700 cavalry kills, 47 1,000 captures. It's not doing too shabby. We achieved all our goals. Our goals were much more illustrious than the goals they gave us, of course. We did take a few more losses than I would have liked. Oh my goodness, we captured a lot of men. That is a lot of captures. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on Taylor. So 22 on Cake. 33 on Revere. 44 on Megger. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So yeah, 50 captures. It's not too bad. Some of these units down here, 0 kills, 0 losses, unlike a lot of units down there. 1 loss, 558 kills. Not a bad kill to death ratio. 1 to 74 on an infantry unit. Yeah. It's like 1 to 200. 1 to. It's almost 1 to 250. 1 to 230, something like that. So yeah, our kill to loss ratio on some of these units is really good. Of course, the unit with the most kills that we have is the one that probably was on the first day. Yeah, that's the first day unit. This one is the one that stepped back and took a bunch of kills, took a bunch of losses, fighting on the line. That was a little painful. He probably took some pretty big hits there, which probably could have been avoided at least somewhat. But in the end, it worked out all right. And it made for really interesting play. Like, I was really on the edge of my seat there for a bit. But overall, it was a great battle. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major generals. 2 brigadier generals, a lieutenant colonel. Is that all my major generals? No, there's one more. So that's 6 major generals. Bunch of lieutenant colonels. There's a colonel, a brigadier general. 1 wounded, 1 deceased. 1 colonel wounded, and 1 lieutenant colonel deceased. 3 more colonels there. Man, this is just about the most promotions I've ever seen. It's got to be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on Leonard. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on Walter. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 on Walton. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 promotions. That's big league right there. Oh wow, this is lower than I thought. I was talking to Panda earlier today, and he was guessing that I had 30,000 Harper's Ferries. I did not get nearly 30,000 Harper's Ferries. I wish I had 30,000 Harper's Ferries. That would be awesome. A bunch of 10-pounder parrots. That's quite a few 20-pound parrots. Not like anything insane, but all these supplies. Yeah. A few infields back. One of them is at half. The rest are at 3,000 or more. Okay, I will be back with some numbers, guys. Because, you know, my name should actually be like Number Bob, War Bob. Because, yeah, numbers are a thing. So in the past, I have thought that I killed a large percentage of my enemy's army. In the past, I was right. You know, 95.8%. That's a lot of their army. have set a new record. 96.7% of their army. Holy moly. I didn't let anybody surrender. I just killed them all and captured them all. I mean, I let them surrender. I didn't let them shatter. Very few units got to shatter. 106,000 men killed or captured. I really want to just round that up to 30 and just call it even. But it's not 30. It's only 29.6. Only. You can only round so far. And 23.7 before medicine. 4% losses is acceptable. 3.3% losses after medicine is amazing. 3,595 losses after medicine. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. I just blew myself out of the water. I think. Didn't I? Or did I not? I'd be really embarrassed if I basically just got the same, didn't I? I did. That's a little bit better. Like 300. It's not that great. There are several places, as you guys saw, that I could have improved. But the number of killed and captured is definitely not one of them. Like, it would be almost impossible to get any better than that. And still, I only got, 15,000 rifles. I did go ahead and calculate up how much supply I got from this. Counting up all the supply wagons, I got 68,700 supply. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pause it one more time. I captured 17 supply wagons. And so 17 times 5,000 is 85,000. So I was about 16,300 supply away from the maximum amount of supply that you could get from this. Maximum amount of money that I can make. It's not doing too bad. They only used 16,000 in supply during this whole battle. That's really depressing. 2,500 of that was on one unit. So, yeah, obviously, they did not get a chance to resupply much. And we used up all but 9 minutes. So that's not too bad either. I am pretty happy. Oh my goodness, it's not responding again. Please, thank you. Okay. Dude, this game keeps scaring me. There's a lot of prisoners. 47,000 prisoners. Man, I just cannot get over that. That is just crazy number of prisoners. So yeah, we did lose quite a few guns. Quite a few guns on this one. Went from being at 12 guns to being 8, so 4 guns lost. We could replace it with raw recruits and still have a 2-star unit. Half the unit's gone. Lovely. That's funny. Yeah, see, probably like most of these have like 100 stamina, like behind the scenes that you can't see. Yeah, 100 stamina. 100 stamina. Obviously 100 stamina. 100 stamina. 100 stamina. 100 no matter what. They need 12 men. That should be fine. We don't need to give them anything but raw recruits. They've got plenty of XP. Yeah, just replace like one of them. 100. Everybody's got like 100 morale, 100 stamina. close to 100 morale. Like, look at that. It's like, what, 98 probably? He wasn't getting positives from that. 93. Yeah. Obviously, this is going extremely well for me at this point. And some of these guys, it's because I've added raw recruits. They would still be at 100 stamina even if I gave them another. Gave them 14 raw recruits. That's funny. Giving them a whole cannon, they only drop by 1 stamina. Yeah, and neither one of those give them stamina. So, yeah. Doesn't drop them by any. So yeah, I'm guessing that a lot of these units have 100 stamina now. Just straight up 100 stamina. Yep. Probably actually the majority of my units probably have 100 stamina now. Ooh, 22. Still has 100 stamina. So yeah, this is what happens when you run your soldiers around in a circle for 6 hours in game. They all get to have 100 stamina. My entire army now has 100 stamina, basically. Even if I didn't have stamina perks, they would still have 100 stamina. Yeah. I think I kind of broke the game for stamina at least. And I mean, the morale isn't far behind. These are all in the 90s for morale. That's... I mean, it's not as broken probably as like having 100 firearms or something. But I have 63 firearms on a lot of these guys too. So it's not like I'm hurting for firearms either. I'm not hurting for anything. I'm just completely maxed out on stamina. And probably even after I mix in all these guys, probably still be basically maxed. Yeah, they don't need anything. I didn't get my 6-pounders up as close as I had wanted to, because I was really wanting them to take the losses, but I'd have to like switch around where everybody is, and I just didn't really feel like it. Even these guys did a really good job running around. Look at that. That was like a bunch of gain there. All these guys gained like a bunch of stamina, a bunch of morale. Even though I didn't treat them as nicely as I treated some of the other guys. Just because it's not as worth it. Like, I only gained 500 men here. 500 men worth of experience, and the other ones are 2,500 men worth of experience. Now, the thing that does make it a little bit worth it is the fact that... Wow, that guy went up to 2 stars. Okay, that's weird. These guys had more stamina to gain. So the other guys pretty much maxed out, and then after that, I was probably just running around in circles for no reason. But all of these guys still had room to gain. Just barely. So it's just the Harper's Ferries that were at maxed out. Let's see what our barracks looks like. It's probably going to have nothing good. Oh! We finally had some barracks. Wow. Finally. That took a long time. I was really kind of angry about how bad our barracks has been lately. But at least we got 4 this time. I mean, it's not anything to write home about, but it's better than only getting lieutenant colonels. Of course, our 2 points are going to go into economy. I mean, training just sucks. Logistics, I didn't see myself running out of ammo. So, economy it is. And, I mean, we can just buy infields for days. We've got 300,000 money, and we're definitely not going to buy any veterans. Like, why would I buy veterans at this point? My entire army is veteran. I only have like 8k raw recruits. They're not going to be able to dilute these down like at all. I'm looking at having almost a 3-star unit now. 61% of the way to a 3-star unit, and that's with a colonel. Putting a brigadier general there instead. 70%. These guys are getting dangerously close to being 3-star units in this. Now, of course, these guys aren't nearly as close. These are going to be like 42. The morale is a lot lower. You saw that. Like the other ones are like 92, I think. These guys are 82. 91. Somewhere around in there. Yeah, 91, 92. So obviously they're going to be a little bit lower because they have a few more raw recruits mixed into them. But still, like, they're no longer just barely 2 stars. Oh, that one's 50. Yeah, some of these guys are not just 40. Just that guy was 40. Yeah, some of these guys are 50s. This is crazy. Like, man. Ton of experience in all these units. I am super proud with how the battle went. Did not go as well as it could have. It could have gone better. But the fact still remains that it couldn't have gone a whole lot better. There's not a whole lot of room for improvement on that one, to be honest. There's just not a lot you can do to get away from some of the casualties you take. I could have taken probably, if I had played every single part of that perfect, all the little pieces that I messed up on, I might have taken 500 less men in casualties. For the style I play. Of course, there could be somebody else's style. They might find a much better way to do some of the things that I've done. But I sure can't think of a way to do it. Like, it's really hard to avoid some casualties without going like all in on artillery, and then you just take casualties because your units are small and you can't do some of the same things that I'm doing to cut down on your casualties. Like, you can't wrap up the enemy as easily as I can. So then you take casualties trying to wrap them up, or you just don't get to kill them all because there's no way you could take less casualties than me and wrap up, okay, significantly less casualties than me, and wrap up phase 1 with an hour still left with basically everybody dead. I could have killed the cavalry too. I could have let them cross the bridge and killed them with more than an hour left. I think it's like an hour and a half almost. And then phase 2 on Mary's Heights, wrapped that up with almost an hour left. It's like 53 minutes and I wrapped it up. I wrapped up the 3rd phase of day 2 with what, 2.5 hours almost left. And phase 4, I never had to fight. I could have just sat there the entire time and just ran around in circles. I went after the cavalry because I wanted to. I didn't need to. This is such a fun game. I've just completely fallen head over heels in love with this game. And it's so much fun. And I hope that all of you guys are playing out there and having just as much fun as I am. This is Hi Bob War Bob signing out, man, because I don't got nothing left to say. Just have a fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys' feedback and comments, and really looking forward to Something Compass. He's coming out with a new series, following along behind me here in Legendary on the UI mod. I think he's going to have a great time, and I'm looking forward to seeing his kill to death ratios, because I bet they're going to be insane with some of the new strategies that he's picked up off of me, and just the fact that it's his 2nd playthrough. Like, he was already doing so good. So you guys have to tune into his. Link will be down in the description of him and Fiasco and Pandacrout even are all down there in the description. In every single one of my videos, it's just going to be there. It's going to be standard stock comment from now on. You guys have a good one. See you in the next one. And make sure, keep leading those troops in the right direction. See you guys. Out.